Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Wednesday, November the 20th, the year's 2019. Let's talk trading, developing a method, proving it works. I received a challenge in an email today. You know, prove the Wick Zone works. Open a demo Forex account, hook it to my FX book, and show the world. Well, I have to politely decline. My proving things to other days are over. I've been around the sun 63 times. And one of the things that I've learned the hard way was some people, no matter what you do, they're not satisfied. Back in my trade station days when I started that never lose again thread, I was showing people things and it was always, well, prove this. And then I'd put my daily trading, profits up. Oh, well, you didn't do it this way and you didn't show this and you didn't show that. And finally it was, I, I'm not playing your game anymore. And I think I mentioned that in a video a while ago. I am not playing anybody else's game but mine. If you don't see how my methods work, then or anybody's method for that matter, then move on. Find something that does work for you. Because just because I can do it doesn't necessarily mean that you will be able to do it. Um the possibility is there, but for whatever reason maybe you just can't do it. Um and what I can do, I can show you the path, but you've got to walk it. It's just like they said in the Matrix. I can show you the door, but you got to walk through it. I can even open it for you, but you've got to take those steps. I mean, I remember I even did it live when I had my the 2% Pal Talk chat room open. I had three traders. I didn't even know who they were. It's like, give me three numbers. And I used those for the ending numbers. And when price hit those levels, I took the trade and I made money, and it was like, and then of course somebody had to do an EA and try and say, oh no, you see, it doesn't work. I go, well, part of the problem with your EA is you're running 24/7. I'm just doing it for a few hours a day. So they go, they can say, I got lucky. Yeah, every time I win, it's luck. I don't know what part of luck you don't understand. Because if you can't control the outcome and the outcome is favorable to you, you got lucky. You're playing cards. And the probabilities could be stacked against you. But you get that tiny card. It was luck. The probabilities could be stacked for you. You get that card you need. It was luck. So, that's just it. So I politely decline any challenges for me to prove anything. If I prove something, it's because I choose to prove it. And, that's one of the reasons why I show frequency distributions. I can prove to you that there is the potential, that there is the opportunity that if you trade this system in this way, this method in this way, if you take this trade when this happens, that statistically speaking, you have an opportunity to take profit. I mean, lately I showed you about the H4 bar. And just remember, fellow traders, that these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ from mine. Let me emphasize that. Your results may differ from mine, and that trading is risky and you can lose your money. So, that being said, if you are seeking financial guidance or financial advice, then seek it from an accredited financial professional. Perhaps they can even prove it to you, right? So that way, when you lose, You know that you got your advice from an accredited financial professional, and that should make you feel so much better than taking advice from some guy you hear on a YouTube video, or some other trader that you read about on a trading forum, or you get some email advertisement from them. So, yesterday on the H4, once again, why do I trade the yen? Well, you see here long because it pays swap. So when you're trading some size, do you want to give them $20 every day at rollover, or would you, or rather in their case, maybe you give them $13, but they give you $2.76. Which one would you rather have? I mean, that's up to you. But, when I was investigating this and I saw that, if the H4 puts in a what I call a local bottom here, so like this was kind of the low of this run right here. Then on that next H4, the difference between high minus open, that there's usually 3 pips or more. You see how it worked there? Do you see right here? This was kind of a local bottom. You see from the open to the high. You see how it worked there? And then right here from open to high, it worked there. And then right here, here's a local bottom here from open to high. And then once again, next day right here, here's a local, or I'm sorry, next 4-hour candle right here. So here you go, open to high. If you can't see that there's a potential just by looking at the chart, well, that's okay, because then you can do this and you can see, wow, look at all that green there. And then if you kind of look at these local bottoms, you can see, yeah, it's hitting like 5 and 10 pips, a whole lot. And then you can come over here and you go, okay, let's do it scientifically, and let's run the frequency distributions. So as you can see here, we're only looking at the last 30 H4 bars, which is like the last 5 days, 6 4-hour candles per day, 5 days per week. 5 times 6 is 30. Okay, but if somebody's go, oh well, that's not enough data. I realize that's really not enough data, but how many bars you want? We can crank this up to, but for my purposes, it was enough data because I just want to see how it was reacting recently. Let's see, is 1,000 bars enough? Well, let's see, greater than 3, 80% of the time. That gives me a 4 out of 5 chance. 4, 7 out of 10. 5, that's 66%. That's like 2 out of 3. Right here. So for 5 or less, but somewhere between 3 and 5 pips, yeah, I'm going to take that trade every time I see it. Every time I see it. But, do I have to prove to you that this works? No. I showed you, scientifically the opportunities there. But you have to take the trade. And, am I going to show you? No, I don't have to. But for those of you who understand this, you too can participate in it. Okay, actually, right there we've got H1 up, but this is fixed at H4. So once again, you can see it. I can see it. I see it over and over. And so that's why I did this, because it was something I saw. And, once again, this is the rationale for the yen. And then I was just looking at it. So I wrote this indicator and I sent it out to the 2019 donators. So, you can see it's just like, yeah. And that's why I write these type of indicators, because it can show me just a little bit better, because sometimes I can see it, but then I can put these, specify where these horizontal lines fall here to see, yeah, is it hitting that 5 and the 3? And it's like, okay, when it doesn't hit it, why? What happened? But to me, this is as obvious as it can be. Now, can you lose doing this? Sure. Sure, you can lose right here. I mean, if you took the trade right at the open, you can see in this particular case, let's see, where was that? if you took this trade right at the open, come on, it has a low. The open was at 0.33 and the low was at 0.24. So if you specified, a tight stop of 5 pips or 7 pips, you would have been stopped out most likely, because usually when you see a candle like this, chances are it went down first and then continued up. Now, it might have gone up a little bit and then went down and then went back up, but you can dive down and use the candle's M indicator and look at this 1 4-hour bar, and you have and then you do it by the minute, and you can see how price traveled during that 4-hour bar. But bottom line is, see here, I see profit. I mean, and if you look there, you had open at 33, high at 44. There's 11 pips. If you got 5 or more, man, nice trade, right? And as you can see, you can do this over and over again. But, will it work each and every time? Don't know. But I see opportunity. So yeah, if you would have set your stop below this low, you might have been stopped out. And if you did it, that TheRumpledOne's method, it doesn't work. Yeah, he's full of it. Yeah, but that was just the luck of the draw, because you can see these other candles, that never happened. So that's why traders, you can't just do 2 or 3 trades and make a decision. No, you got to do 10 or 100, and then you can and really see. And then focus. It's like people using these methods. They're trying to understand the method, and they're trading, 10 or 20 pairs. And they're saying, like, why does it work? In fact, I got an email yesterday where this one trader saying, if you only trade 1 pair, you're crazy. In fact, hold on, let me find. Yeah, see, I got this email yesterday. See, I get so much of this junk, I'm running low, 15 gigabytes of storage, right, in my email inbox. But he's telling you, you know what? He's saying that, you're crazy if you only trade 1 pair. You know, you can only ever make money by trading multiple pairs. There you go. But see, he's got a dashboard that he's trying to sell to you. So, I mean, I don't even know who this guy is. But remember, successful trading is about finding opportunities across multiple pairs using a professional dashboard. I don't know if you've seen his dashboard or not, but it's kind of, well, I don't need to say anything. I've got my own. But the point is that, that's his belief. My belief is one of those things about put all your eggs in one basket and watch that basket, focus on that basket. Um, do I always, sometimes if I see an opportunity that just is begging to give me money, yeah, I will definitely trade it. I think I showed you that the end of last week when I first discovered that H4. I just went for it. I had no, I had done no research on it at all. It just looked good to me, and I got lucky. On the fills here, oh, we've only got one that hasn't filled. Do I have to prove this works? Come on. I show you these things every week. Yeah, maybe this doesn't fill. Last week there wasn't a fill on which pair was it? I can't remember, but there was a pair or two that didn't fill. These things usually fill, 90 some percent of the time. I'm not concerned about that one instance that didn't. You take your losses, you move on. For the week, you can see dollar yen is 31 pips off of that low, 99 pips off the open. Do I have to prove that any of this works? You can see here it broke out of the first day of the week here to the downside. That was a nice trade if you took it. Let's skip over the opens. There's that inside bar. What do I want to show you? Hit the pivot again. Oh, I just love how it just hits the pivot. Do I have to prove to you it hits the pivot? I mean, I've given you the stats. I mean, what more do you want? Well, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to do it. So, fellow traders, just remember it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. Drain the banks.